Okay, beginning a very simple little design project. Starting up with a new document in Illustrator using the A4 preset. Looking at generating a graphic to illustrate the stages of a design process. It's going to look at landscape setting, A4, and also the advanced option to switch from CMYK to RGB mode for screen presentation. This probably won't be printed, so okay, going to start off with some circles using the ellipse shape tool. Just L for that tool, single click to bring up the dialog. Want to set some constrained proportions, holding down the option key to click and drag a copy, and then selecting all to use the horizontal align process. With them both selected, I'm just going to go ahead and choose the rotate tool. I'm going to go to what it will be sixths of a circle, so 60 degrees, and making sure that that copies, which I should really see does the job. Whilst it remains selected, I should be able to pop in and copy again, and that gives me six elements there. Alright, bringing up the rulers, Command R, so I can drag a guide, exactly the same as Photoshop, popping into the to the left-hand ruler, clicking and dragging. I just wanted to use this to make it a little bit easier to use the curvature pen tool accurately. So single clicking to determine the beginning, the middle, and the end points of a curved path segment. Actually, I did this the wrong way around, but that's okay. We'll see how to fix it in a second. Because each path has what's called a winding direction. I was wanting to add arrows. The winding determines which direction things like the arrowheads will work, so I needed to reverse it in the end. But with that path selected, I'm just going to explore some different varieties of arrow brushes. And in the end, I will need to, I'm wanting the graphic to the arrows to point in the other direction, so I'm going to select my width and size and type of arrows. Might even change that down the track. I'm not 100% certain that that's the one, but yeah, that's a better one. Okay, so that looks okay. It's going to bring up the properties panel and flip that arrow. I could have avoided that step if I'd drawn the path in the right direction in the first place. I'll know for next time. Okay, let's turn those guides off. Command 0 to see the whole document. With the rotate tool, once again, dragging the origin point to the center of the composition to Alt click and drag to make a copy of my arrow. Might adjust that position in the end, but then going ahead selecting both the arrowheads and not the guides, clicking the rotate tool, and once again applying the copies at 60 degrees in the same way that we did with the base artwork. Okay, we've got some text labels to apply to these elements. First of all, I was going to make a little bit of room, select the whole lot, sort of dragging it across. I will come back up and touch up some of those arrows eventually. But first things first, I'm going to grab my open text document, which has my labels for each of the stages, with the type tool, just clicking and dragging to build a type area as opposed to point type when we single click and start typing at a point. These pieces of text will form the labels for my artwork. Just want to have them on hand here so that I can start processing things from there.